first of all, this is the AI Lunch and Learn. My name is Danny Ross, and welcome. We try to teach a little bit of just general AI training here, but then we also get very, very specific. So when you first land in the platform, you will see this screen, and you can start with this welcome video. It gives you an overview of the platform and everything that's in here. You can see a replay of my last AI in 1 hour webinar. And by the way, if you have never taken any of my classes, I highly suggest you start with that link. That will get you up and going. It covers all of the basics of AI, and that also kind of gets you there. So I would suggest either watching that video. This one here is on the create method, which is a kind of a foundational element in speaking to any AI tool. I recommend you kind of walk through that as well. So on the left here, if you're on the mobile, you have to click it to show the menu. But other than that, it's always visible on the left. Sometimes you want to hide it to get a little more screen real estate. So I mentioned the starter videos, and then the AI Lunch and Learn is Tuesday at noon, 12 noon Eastern. And then the Wednesday session is 12 noon Central. And this is where we start to kind of explore specific AI topics for sales and marketing. And then the Thursday session is also noon, but noon Pacific time, which is 3 p.m., of course, Eastern. And this one is where everyone who has signed up for our white label, and they're going to be reselling the platform and making money from the platform. We get together on Thursdays and we do kind of a done with you approach to AI and building out their white labels where they're reselling, creating custom AI tools and things like that. So you want to jump on the Thursday session if you're interested in creating your own AI agency. All righty, so if you do miss a particular session, don't worry, they're all recorded. And so you can go in here and catch up on any day and just watch the video. And what you can do is look at the messaging here. It tells you what the video is about, and you can go back and watch it at 1.25 or 1.5%. And the third link here is for the AI Sales Coach, which is kind of like your Chat GPT within the platform. So the idea is you don't have to leave the platform. The platform itself is built on multiple AI models, including OpenAI and others. And so you can ask it any question. It's been trained by me on sales, marketing, digital marketing, anything to do with making money with AI. You have here, you can download the books. I have 11 books all together that you can get for free. And then we have Ask the Experts, where you can speak to a GPT, a general pre-trained transformer, chatbot, whatever you want to call it. In the platform, we call it an AI personality. And so we have these experts you can communicate with and ask questions about any particular topic. They're trained on different things, like Ramona's a business coach, Joel's strategy. I'm, of course, sales and marketing. And you can just speak to us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in the platform. The next link down is where we always recommend you start. The Big Dream Generator is where you get your ideas out of your head and put them on paper. If you're speaking about old school, there's 13 questions, but when you get done, you have a solid summary of your vision, your target audience, the core problems that you're solving, what solutions are you providing, what's the 3 biggest pain points you're going to solve, the 3 outcomes, all of these types of things that are going to really help you just kind of line up your idea and get it written out. It has some basic things that you're going to need. And what's great is you simply copy this particular framework, if you will, the business brief, and then you can apply it to other applications. So for example, if I'm going to start creating content, I want to create images, I want to create a video, I want to make a logo, any of these tools, you can go in and drop the business brief that you've just created and tell it to give me image ideas. So why would you want to do that? So if you're going to put a website together, you need images. If you're going to do advertising, you need images. Anything that you're going to do, generally, you want both pictures and content. So we have both of those types of tools. And you can basically take that. So it says entrepreneurs at a networking event enthusiastically, so what we would do here, and everybody on this call, one of the first lessons I teach on my Tuesday call is about bias. All AI tools that are out there generally have some sort of bias. And one of them is if you ask for a picture without being very specific and descriptive, it is essentially going to give you a white guy with a beard. It is nothing personal. It's just the nature of how these AI tools were trained. So you have to be very specific so that you get what you're looking for. So for example, in this one, the prompt that I used was pretty simple one, but it's a Latina female entrepreneur with a beaming smile, right? So you have to be specific. It's called setting the context. Again, that's all in that Tuesday call. So here you go. Now you got a nice variety of humans exchanging business cards. And the way that we get the image ideas is by the AI understanding your business. So it's going to present different image suggestions based on the type of business that you have or the summary you give it. This is a consulting firm offering rapid audience growth for entrepreneurs. That's kind of like the summary of the business. And then the actual image description is a young business owner looking at a screen displaying a rapidly climbing graph. So now we can tell it, hey, I want that to be horizontal, I want it to be vertical, however you need the image to look for where you're going to place it. What's nice about these tools, though, is you do not have to get into Midjourney style detailed prompting. You can be very general in how you do it. So just be aware of that. And so for people that are just jumping on for the first time, let me copy a couple of links in here for you. This is a link to catch up in the platform. Remember, you can see all these videos under AI Lunch and Learn section. You don't have to actually go to YouTube. I'm only giving the YouTube links for anybody who is not already a member of the platform. A lot of you are, so I'm just helping out the people who have not signed up yet. By the way, if you go to build, here it is, that link will take you to where you can sign up. All right, so you can see that there's a free trial, there's a little summary video, and it kind of speaks on the topic of the different features and functions, including the books, the testimonials. And by the way, this entire website is been built in the platform. So you get a full website builder, and it also has all of these wonderful apps that you can utilize. You can talk to the different experts and so on. You can sign up for free, test it out, see if you like it. All right, so that's for everybody who's brand new. My suggestion is please go to the free training on Tuesday so that you can start there. A young business owner looking at a screen displaying a rapidly climbing graph. White guy with a beard. This is just the reality of us using these AI tools. So just be aware of it. There we go. Black female, and I'll move the word young to the beginning, even though the AI really doesn't care about grammar. It just allows you to kind of focus in. So if I do this again and be specific, then I'll at least get a much better attempt. By the way, it creates fantastic images without a lot of work on your part. You can create everything you need from the little icons that you see on the left here. I've created all of the different images you see all over my advertising and my solutions, all right here in this particular product. So sometimes with AI, you'll see these kind of errors. And if we get a chance later, I'll show you how to go in and edit and fix those. But essentially, that is an example where I would give that like a 2 out of 5. And you do want to train your AI on which images are good and which images are not so good. This one, I give it a 4. It did a good job on that one. So let me keep going here. I'll pause though. Does anyone have any questions? Please go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'm happy to kind of go through any questions as we go along. We're at the 12:16 mark. We're marching along. You can go in here, you can get a domain, you can get a business email, you can get a business phone number, and that's pretty much as far as I'm going to go with the tour. You have tools here under funnels. You have your full AEO website creator, which means you can build your website, you can host it on the platform. It's included in the $19.95 a month if you do decide to sign up. So you get that, you get 5 terabytes of storage, and then from there you have new apps. These are all the sales and marketing. You can create marketing proposals. You have sales marketing hooks, which are the headlines that you drop into ads or on your website. You can build a benefit stack, which is basically people don't buy features from you, they buy reasons to do business with you. These are make more money now. These are AI powered lead generation, AI driven sales funnels. Those are the benefits. What do they get from you? And so you want to create those benefit stacks. If you go back through the videos, I walk through that clearly in some of the previous videos. One of the things I like to do on these videos is, even though I go back a little bit, I don't want to go all the way back. So it's really important that if you want to catch up, please go watch some of those videos. We have a CRM system, email maker. We can do mass email with automation, drip emails, all that kind of fun stuff. And the newest of the new apps, which is where I want to kind of go right this minute. So I like to show everyone new features. One of the newest ones is the Super Agent. And what's great about the Super Agent is you can ask it to do tasks for you and just kind of walk away. So you have GPTs, which are chatbots or AI personality in our platform, which is input output, like Chat GPT or like the sales AI sales coach or the Ask the Experts. You give it a prompt or give it a question, and it gives you back an answer. So input, output, input, output. The agent is on the next level. We've entered the agentic era. This is where now you can give an AI a task, and it's still built on the same LLMs, large language models, but now it can go off and do something and then come back. And so we can look at some of the previous tasks that I've given. You can tell it, oh, this is a new one I was playing with yesterday, where you can feed it an agreement. So, for example, I was on with one of the entrepreneurs on the Thursday session. His name is David Allen. He goes by Bear. And he was coming up with an idea. But the idea here is you want to give the AI a task, such as read this agreement, and then I want you to give me back what's favorable for me and what's not favorable for me. And so when you give it that kind of a task, it'll go out, it'll read the agreement, and then it'll start coming back with its possible adjustments. So first of all, things in your favor, then things that are not in your favor. All right. I'm asking AI to do multi-step task. That's the difference between a chatbot and an agent. We're asking it to do multiple things. Then I want you to go ahead and give me the current line and then the red line of what I should suggest back to the AI. So I cover a lot of these AI agent scenarios in previous videos. Please go check them out. And what's really fun is then I say to it, once you have finished doing the task, I want you to send me an email. So it'll send that email out to me that it's written with the entire task that I've asked it to do and come back with. So that's an example. And what's also good is I can ask it to do what we call deep research, which means it's going to go out to the internet and search for something and then bring back a response. So continuing on into the new AI tools in the platform, here's one called deep research. So this is one where if you have ChatGPT, you'll see on the bottom now a new button called Deep Research. And what that is it's a tool where you can essentially ask it a question, but instead of that instant response you get from AI tools, it takes longer. It pauses, it thinks about your question, and then it does research where it goes off and searches to get sources that can better answer the question. And the point of it is it takes its time and it brings you back a better response than an instant response. So it takes a few minutes to run, but what is really good is it'll come back with a specific answer for you. One of the things you can do is you can tell the tool I want you to research a particular topic. So who has a topic that maybe I could research? Let's do something. And that's on the line. She is one of our most faithful attendees to these AI Lunch and Learns. And we're building out a website for her called Graceful Threads. I like to work on real world, real case scenarios. So let me see here. What are the most popular activities. Let's do it this way instead of me typing all this. I use a tool here called VoiceIn, but by the way, almost all of the tools have a microphone where you can click on and have it, you can speak to the AI. This is a great way to use AI because you don't have to type. You can just read to it, right? So I'm going to turn this on. It's called VoiceIn and it's an extension for the Chrome browser. So I'll just use that for this exercise. Family reunion activities at a Black family reunion. Give me a list of at least 5, and I want you to put together an image of the number 1 activity, and then I want you to make a flyer for all 5 activities and send it to me via email. My email address is danny@digitalexpress.ai. So here's the point. And I'm going to put my email address in here. I'll also put my calendar. So if you want to just set up a session with me to kind of do this at a slower pace and discuss your particular requirements, that's also in the chat. All right, so when I ask it to do this research for me, I can do this and have it do the whole process here. Let's do it in super agents because I want it to go ahead and actually do all of these things for me and give you guys a kind of real world experience of this. So I'm going to have it do all of that. I want it to send me a flyer, my email address. That's good enough to get started. So it'll ask me if it needs anything, right? It'll say, hey, I don't understand this, or do you want me to do this way? I'm just going to have it go. All right. So as I was saying in the deep research part of it, I can have it step through this and do it at a little slower pace. And I want to get those family reunion ideas. I want at least 5. And then I'll do, yeah, give me at least 5. So I'm just going to do one thing here. And then you can determine how long you want this to take, right? So the longer you give it, it's going to do more and more research. And then how many sources do you want it to check? I'm just going to have it check 20 sources for now, just for this exercise. And boom, it's off. So this is deep research. So let me also show you how this looks behind the scenes while the app is spinning. Oh, by the way, if you're brand new to the platform or this call, one of the fun exercises I like to do is build out a couple of AI videos for you. So if you want to, please go ahead and drop your URL in the chat. If you've never done it before, please go ahead and drop your URL or domain name in the chat so that I can build out an example AI video for you. All right, so super agent beta, what is that? At the top, you have your super agent, which is in charge of everything. It manages the tasks. And below it, it's kind of like the CEO of the task. And below that, you have managers that organize the information. So you have a communication manager, which, goes out and does things like create documents for you, create emails for you, calendar events, and it manages the individual bots. These bots are your friends. These are the ones that are going to work for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So Davina, she's connected to Google Docs. All of these bots right now are using Google as the main driving source because this is where we're starting. This product is still brand new to the platform. Eventually, we'll extend it to all of the other types of platforms like Microsoft, Office 365, and so on. But right now, it's Google focused. It'll do emails for you, calendar events, slides, Google Slides. It'll do research where it crawls the web. And then we have quick researcher, and then we have a long, deep researcher. So this is going to use deep research to get even more data for you. And when you make your original task request, you can tell it, hey, do some deep research and check out and give me all of the sources. Imogen creates images and CRM task, create video tasks, create blog tasks. So those are the types of things the bots in the platform can do because they're connected via all of the different, for example, hyperrealistic image is the one that creates those realistic images. Google Docs, it searches the web, so on and so forth. So these are all the different connections that you can make with the AI tool. So let's go back and let's see what it's doing. So research report, popular family reunion activities at Black family reunions. I'll be curious just to see if this even gets it right. All right, family games are a staple of Black family reunions. Popular games include tug of war, potato sack, dominoes is closer. They left out spades, right? We're missing spades. Culinary experiences. I don't know about that, but barbecue and soul food, of course. Cooking contest. There you go, Annette. There's an idea. I don't remember us having cooking contests. Storytelling and oral histories. Yeah, definitely have that. And family trivia. Definitely have that. Cultural performances and entertainment. I love the way it phrases it, a little corny, but yes. Live music and dance, karaoke, not as much, but it is trying. Relay races, picnics, gotta have a picnic. Gotta have a picnic if you have a family reunion. So it's kind of close. And so what I like about it though is it will tell you best Black family reunion games. It'll tell you, Ebony, yeah, Ebony. It'll tell you where it's coming up with the ideas, right? And then you could direct it, right? You can say, can you elaborate? What are the limitations? Oh, you're not going to ask that question, but you can ask it more additional questions to get more specific and granular. And I would say something like, what about spades? Right? Hey, you left out one of the more popular family reunion games. What's up with that? Right? And so you could tell it, okay, go find out what you missed, right? That kind of thing. So let's go back here and check out where we are. Let's view the tasks. And so we can go back to this task. Oh, okay, there you go. It's going to create an image for us. Yes, go ahead. And I will tell it, yeah, keep on going. It's got the right idea. So that one's going to run now that I've stopped interrupting it. All right. But by the way, if you want this task to run by itself, don't worry about it. It will automatically pick back up. You can also set up memories, right? So I wanted it to know that my email address is Danny at Digital Express. And I also wanted it to know that AI agents is very important to me. So those are the memories that I set up in here. So as it goes from session to session doing things, it remembers things that I want it to. I can also set up automation where it can run once a day, daily, weekly, monthly, all of that fun stuff. And then I can also set up custom tools where I integrate with APIs such as LinkedIn or Facebook, where it'll do a task for me and then either reference something out there or actually perform something. So I can do a get where I'm asking it to get something, or I could post, right? So I can post to those particular social media entities. So that's a little advanced, but I just want to let you know that that feature is in there for people who sometimes I get those questions. Can you do this? And the answer is yes, we can. Remember those good old chants? Anyway, all right, let's go back here to the AI video tool. I did promise to do a little fun thing for you, and this is creating an AI video. So there's different ways you can do an AI video. You can do it simply from, oops, I took out the HTTPS. I don't know why I need that. You can do it from just a website link, or you can type in put in text. And the best way to do this, by the way, is either put the business brief right into here, or ask the AI sales coach based on your business brief to give you a 2-minute script and then drop that text in there. So, because it's more accurate if you do it that way. So if I go out to this website, this will give me an idea. Let's go here. And so this is the, heating and air company. It's got lots of things on it for the AI to grab. By the way, the AI is going to be looking at the text and the metadata that's on here. Pictures. It doesn't do that in this part of the app. There's other apps that can look at pictures, and I'll get to that at another time. So let's go back here. So we're going to create an AI video based on color schemes. He's got black, he's got red, or she's got black and red. And let's go back here now. Let's play around with those colors. And we have English. We have multiple languages we can make these videos in. We have voices.
Welcome to our AI-powered platform.
Adam is the most popular voice on on the internet, probably. I like to use Sarah. You can put your own music in, or you can, just start with ambient. And then you can pick the colors and things that you're going to use. Red and black are on the site, so we'll leave it with red for now. You can decide if it's going to be portrait or landscape. And so that's all we need to kind of kick it off. So let's just play around with that, let that run for a second. Then the answer to fixing that is just to go back in and fix it. All right, cool. All right, let's go. I think we have everything. Yes. All right, let's create that video. All right. And by the way, if anybody has any questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat while we keep going here. So let's check on our agent, see how it's doing. So it has reached out, the super agent reached out to the content manager agent. The content manager agent said, all right, I'll create an image for you. So it created this prompt by itself, right? I didn't write this prompt. It just took what I started on and created to be a very nice image. Matter of fact, I'm going to download this image and make sure that we get this to Annette, because this is a good image to put on your website. We'll get that image. I like that one. It actually did pretty good. They look like sisters if you're doing an African theme at your soul food cookout. So Imogen has created the image. She's the one that manages that. And then the communication manager is going to put together an email on the types of things that we like to do at a family reunion: family heritage, storytelling, live dance and music, fun games, tribute and remembrance. This is actually very nice. So this is all done very well. And the email maestro is sending that off to me in a flyer. The communication manager, all of them are touching the pieces of it. And then it's writing the actual email. Please find below a complete flyer for our upcoming Black Family Reunion event. So it's doing all of this by itself, and I'm not having to do any of it. It talks about what we're going to be doing, R&B, karaoke, and so on and so forth. And then it's laying out the actual flyer. It's putting all of this together from one command. This is what I love about some of this technology. So the idea is now, if we wanted to make, this is for a business, this is for Annette's business. She is family reunion, it's not family reunion, but excuse me, apparel company. And she does family reunions as part of that. So she creates the t-shirts and all of the things that we might wear. And then, so it's all related to that industry. And so where I'm going with all of this is now we can grab these types of things that it has done for us, and we can apply it to the website. We can apply it to our marketing. So for example, if I go into file storage here, let's go into images. It's kind of funny because, again, white guys with beards, but that's on us. All right, it wasn't very specific in my instruction set. All right, so rename, and I'm downloading this one here. Let's go back and see if it's finished with the video. We have so many things running at the same time. If this is going a little crazy too fast for you, remember, the video replays are out there so you can enjoy the video replays. What I'm doing today is kind of just showing you quickly some of the new tools in the platform for those who are old timers. And then for new people, kind of exposing it to a lot of things. So there is a new app, the new called, oh, did I go on? I shouldn't have probably clicked on that one. That's my fault. Sorry. I might have interrupted our chatbot, excuse me, our super agent. But if I did, that's okay. By the way, one of the tricks that you can do is click duplicate to open another tab. That way you don't interrupt whatever your AI is working on at the moment. It should keep going. Cross your fingers. You can hit duplicate so it opens up another one. So this one is called Conversational Images AI, and it allows you to generate a new image or change an existing image. So let's say, for example, I want to get that image that I just created, the soul food image here from my download folder, and then I want to tell it to do something with it. I could say something like add, okay, let's see, add text in white, graceful threads. This will probably not work, but I am experimenting. Let's try it and find out. Add text in graceful threads with a shadow in the middle. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? It won't work. Oh, by the way, if you are doing this exercise, one of the really fun things about this is that actually worked very well. Sometimes, sometimes things are fun. All right, so this is what I was talking about before about taking an image and fixing it. This tool is brand new. It is powerful. You can make changes to an existing image and change things. Like, for example, all we have here are women. I like it. And by the way, let me download this one. That's also good. And then I could go a little further. I could say add a few Black men and children. Let's see what happens. This is fun. We're just experimenting together. Brand new tool. I love it. We add new tools probably at least, if not every week, every 2 weeks or so. Add a few Black men and children to the image. Let's try that again. It's supposed to flash green, not red. You don't want to see flash red. Failed to send a message. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. I have no idea why I did that. I love things like that, though, because it just proves that it is a brand new tool. Let's do this. Let's go here. Let's grab the soulful image. I might be, and let's see. Now I have this here. Let's try it again. By the way, if your AI tool refuses to do what you want to do, my suggestion is take a deep breath, go off to another task, come back in about 10 minutes. Usually it just means that the LLM is busy and it's just not listening to you at that moment. It's not that you're doing anything wrong. So don't get upset. Just pause, go off and do something and come back. All right, so it seems to at least be listening to me now. And look at that. We got some dudes here. We got one kid over here. Love it. I'm going to download this one too. Lesson, pro tip. When AI ignores you, don't get upset. Just come on back in a few seconds. So now we've got a little bit different version of that same image. It kept the two ladies right here in the front, kept this lady. It added a couple of guys. This guy wasn't there a minute ago. Absolutely love this new AI app. It is phenomenal. Okay. All right. So I think we've got that. So let's go back to any questions on this app or anything I've done so far? Please feel free to interject commentary, including, what do you think of the AI apps as we go through them? All right, let's go check out our friend, the TrueMechanicalAir.com.
Looking for reliable HVAC services in Stonecrest, GA? True Mechanical Corp has you covered. From repairs and maintenance to replacements and installations, our fully trained and licensed technicians excel in delivering top-notch services for both residential and commercial clients. As a proud Bryant Partner dealer, we provide detailed insights to help you make informed decisions about your HVAC systems. Enroll in our Service Extend plan and enjoy a 50% discount on repairs. Plus, explore our flexible financing options tailored to various credit situations. Serving areas like Buckhead Conyers and Sandy Springs, we're at your service from Monday through Saturday with Sunday appointments available. Don't wait to enjoy comfort and efficiency. Contact True Mechanical Corp today for your HVAC needs.
From the scan of the website. This is what I meant by if you paste in a better description, you're going to get a better outcome, meaning the pictures are going to be more related and the messaging itself that the AI is creating will be a little bit more accurate. So this is where you can go in and actually type any changes you want. You just type it right here, and the AI will read whatever you type there. As far as editing your video, you don't have to spend a lot of time overthinking it. You can simply upload, download, change the images. For example, there's an image here of this gentleman who's representing the entire company. So what you could do is you could download that image and edit it in the tool that I just showed you a couple of minutes ago, right? So you could say, I want to change this. You could have it regenerate, or you could actually also go back to your website and you have images that you've already created, right? So you have this one here. That's a great image. I would download that or screenshot that and use it. It's a pretty good image. I like it. You could use other images that you may want to utilize. Let's see, we've got in the About section. Let's see if we've got anything with an owner shot. I don't see any owner shots. You guys are shy. You need some, I told you before that people do business with, with their benefits of what you're showing them. So you have images here that show happy family. That's a great image. You have another happy family here, right? So these are the types of things that, are great. So it looks like you're missing one picture that's supposed to be here on the left. So you got to get with your web guy. And so you do want more images showing the happiness and joy of doing business with True Mechanical, that kind of thing, right? So you've got veteran owned and operated, nice positive benefit for people doing business with you. So those are all the things. I like your call to action here. I like a lot of things on your website. So I digress. I apologize. So my point being, though, you're going to want to have images. People like to buy from a brand. That's why any big company, the brand is either a specific mascot like Wendy or Colonel Sanders, or it has a lot of imagery around what it's like to do business with that particular company, the joy and happiness and satisfaction caused by doing business with that company. So you might want to establish a brand. If this guy is good enough for your brand, you like this gentleman to represent your brand, great. If not, change that, right? So you want to have whatever image that you want to have and kind of go forward from there. So that's all I'm suggesting. You want to make sure that the brand is good. So anyway, let me download that video. I'll give it to you and we can make edits. If you want to jump on one of my 1-hour sessions, we can, as part of that, work on a update for your video. All right. And let me go here. Let me download it for you. By the way, all of your videos are in file storage. And you just go here and click download, and you can grab the video and put it up on whatever marketing thing that you're going to do when you're done with it. Okay. All right. So let me do that. Boom. It's on its way to you. All right. That's done. Let's go back to our super agent. Let's see how it's doing. Go back to view tasks and bring up its tasks. Hopefully it's kept going while I was digressing. All right, so we've got that. We look forward to celebrating. The flyer has been mailed successfully. Oh, I turned down my audio so I wouldn't get interrupted while I was doing this. All right, let's see. What do we got? Chatbot has delivered something. Let's go to Oh, Gerald is reaching out to the chatbot on the website. Hey, Gerald. All right, I'll come back and look at that. No worries. This is interesting. So let's download the external images. All right, so there is our flyer. It took a first pass at the flyer. I like it. It's got the little family reunion, joining celebrating catcher. All of this was done without me doing any of the work. So this is really, really fun. I love it. So that's one. Let me see what this one is. If it's the same one. Yeah, I might have gotten multiple ones. Yeah, so this one is a little bit better laid out. So it's a little bit polished as far as the flavor of it in the email. I like it. And so it's just giving me the details of what it did, all right? Background, imagery, and so on. So this is, again, another nice business style email. You could train it to put these emails out for you. And then you could drop that into the CRM system and do a mass email campaign, all driven by your AI. You could set it up to send out, create the flyer and send out a new one once a month, if you're keeping them up to date on it, things like that. So that's what automation in the terms of AI mean. All right, Gerald has a question. What does the error message mean? Error and error occurred, cannot read properties. Gerald, I'm going to take you off mute for a second. I have a specific question. Did this occur recently or something that happened to you in the past?
Just now, I thought I'd put something in the
Big Dream Generator?
Yeah.
Interesting. Pause, take a few breaths, come back in about 5 minutes and try it again. I have no idea what that error means in the sense of I can read the error. I can see it's saying it can't get something, some content piece it can't reach. Does it mean anything? Probably not. It probably means exactly the same time you were doing that, somebody else was asking it to create a 16:9 video and it went off to do that instead of what you were asking it to do. I don't think it's anything more dangerous than that. So give it a couple of minutes and then try again. If
Okay,
you,
can I ask another quick question?
yeah, of course, go right ahead.
And then the CRM, are all of those things connected?
And sometimes they are, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. We have this HTTPS, Creon, and matter of fact, let's go to the website, check it out. Did I not get the site correct? Let's try that again. Ah, there we go. Took a second. All right, so we have the website. So blue is the color of the day, and it does have a good amount of text on it. And by the way, if you have a website that is what we call a CMS or like a WordPress site, and it can't automatically get it from your URL, right? You can just highlight all of the text on your website, or if you own the website, you might have all the text. And I would take all of that and feed it into the Big Dream Generator, which Gerald is working on, and it'll give you much better content for your video. Anyway, we have that in there now, so it's ready to go. Let's do some quick changes. We'll stick with English, but we'll change the color of the prompt, the text to blue. And we'll change this quickly. I like Sarah. By the way, you can pick any voice you want, upload any music you want. I'm just picking these for the demo purposes. You can add more slides to make the video longer. I don't recommend going above 2 minutes for this kind of thing because people don't like to watch these slideshows for too long. So you want to keep it under 90 seconds if you can, and change that to landscape. Just a thought. But you can do whatever you want. All righty, so that's running now. So how do you kind of connect things? So there's a couple of different ways. The first one, as I said, let's say you create that Big Dream Generator tool. Then you can copy paste that into the other apps as you go along. So for example, I showed you an example of dropping it into Hyperrealistic. You can also, and these are where the tools are a little bit better connected. So for example, the sales and marketing tools are a little bit better connected. When you use the Hyperrealistic, for example, you'll see the option up here to create what they call a project. And all of the images, so for example, here are the images for Graceful Thread project that we're building that website. These are all the images that are kind of collected, right? So it's a folder of images for Graceful Thread. So that's the project name. So if I go into the sales tools, this is where it uses projects even more, sales and marketing hooks, the benefit generator, and so on. it actually also keeps the text from the different projects. So if you create Graceful Threads project where we essentially copy pasted in the business brief and asked it to generate sales hooks that we can use on the website. Sales hooks are headlines that are attention grabbing. So seamless reunion retire, coordinated fashion, unforgettable reunion plan. So these are just headlines, right? If I go here and I copy paste in my business brief, it'll essentially grab it all and there you go. It's done, right? I can also add an image. And so I can go here. This is another way to do it. Let's go here and I'm going to grab that image and it's going to process the image and it will also add it to the project. So you can use text, you can use an image, you can use a website where it goes out and reads that website and does the same thing, right? So image depicts a vibrant and joyful outdoor gathering, possibly a festive event. Several women are seated, and it's kind of going through. And then I could say from that one image, create more hooks, right? So this is what I'm talking about, where you can go in and actually have this text and you can type in your own things. For example, I would say that this is Graceful Threads, and I would say that it's for a family reunion, and you could get very descriptive in there. Again, the business brief does that for you. That's why I always say start with your business brief. So now that's connected. It created new hooks. Experience joy through every thread at Graceful Thread events. Unleash your joyful side. So it's creating these sales hooks automatically from that. Now, if I go to the next tool, and this is one that I used before, and I say, hey, Graceful Threads, I can tell it to create more free bonuses. I could go to the next one, and this is the benefit stack. And again, I could drop that image in, or I could just say, give me a fun benefits of doing business with Graceful Threads. And again, I don't have to retype it or anything like that. So that's how only way that I can think of that as far as connected, some of those apps are connected. Other than that, I would, there's different workflows that I can help you with if you want to kind of spend some time with me. But that's kind of how it's connected and going from one app to the next one. And by the way, if you build custom AI apps, in the custom AI app, as you build it, you can also link your apps there as well. Here, these are some of the latest benefits, right? Community connection, cultural connection, joyful atmosphere. So those are good benefits of doing business with Graceful Threads. So, and to go back here, let's see, we have these here. And these are the newer AI apps. And we have custom AI apps. So for example, AI Sales Coach is a custom AI app. And at the bottom of the custom apps, you can tell it to send it to another app. So for example, I can say, send it to this app. So this is a focus group app where it's going to take the output from the other app, drop it in here, and then you can use it. So I actually have to go connect it in the back end. But the idea is, yes, as you create custom apps, you can have them send from one to the other. All right. So hopefully that also answered your question. All right. Any more questions? We're right at 1 o'clock. Wow. Time definitely flew today. We went through a lot of things. So if you're brand new, please go to my Tuesday class. And that's next week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. on the 15th. And I'll go a little slower on how to actually use AI, the create method, and kind of walk you through that. And we'll do some more real world stuff. That's a little slower paced. The other way to catch up is go into the AI Lunch and Learns. And all of these are recorded, and you can go in here and kind of come from here. So, Annette, one of the things that we'll do is we'll definitely get these new images up and into your website. And I think some of those are really nice, and I like the flyer. So we'll create some flyers and things for your website page as well. All right. Any other questions? Hopefully I answered some of the questions. Did we do another video? Yes, we did. Let's go back here and let's go to our friends.
Unlock your potential in commercial real estate with CRE Consulting LLC's specialized consulting and training services. Our expert team, boasting over 50 years of combined experience, provides one-on-one consulting sessions and pre-recorded courses tailored to your needs. Gain the knowledge and insights required for successful CRE lending decisions backed by our industry connections for favorable financing terms. Stay ahead of the curve with our continuous education through webinars and up-to-date market trend analysis. We deliver transparent, actionable guidance designed for borrowers, brokers, lenders, and fintech companies alike. Visit creconsultinglc.com today and empower your commercial real estate journey with unparalleled expertise.
An overwhelming sense of white guys with beards. It's hilarious. I love it. And the six finger thing, that happens occasionally, pretty frequently with AI generated images. Always, always, always check anything that an AI creates. So, for example, the six fingers is an example of what we call a hallucination. It's generating it and it's kind of wandered off and it just messes it up ultimately. Same thing with the text. And there's ways to control that. On any of these images, I would probably take them and drop them into that new tool that I just showed you and make edits to it where I don't like that particular image. Or even more importantly, if your target audience is a specific nature, you want to reflect that in the editing that you're doing. So again, I don't know your audience, who you're targeting, but if you're targeting a specific audience, you want to make sure that they're represented in the imagery that is going on with particular thing. So for example, if this gentleman is supposed to represent you, the owner of the company, closing a deal, you want to, again, either bring in an image that you have. By the way, you can also upload video. It has to be smaller than 20 meg. So a lot of times you use it for like B-roll, or you have an image of yourself or whatever. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in, personalize it, make it your own. You can add more scenes down here at the bottom. Just click add a scene and you can bring it in. If you bring in a video that has audio, it'll ask you, do you want to use the audio or do you want to use the AI voice? So you can pick and choose. Things like this, I would capitalize and kind of, do your branding. How do you spell it in your branding? With what? Capital C, capital C, is it CRE, all cap, that kind of thing. You would edit it and make those things for changing this out. All right. So it's a very powerful editor, simple editor, but you can do a lot of things with it. And so watch the videos and kind of learn how it works. Usually the video and the movie creator tool does use credits. And so it'll tell you how many credits it's using. And so just to let you know that sometimes people always ask me, is everything free? $19.95 gets you most of the apps. There are, I think, 3 video and movie editing apps that use credits, and you can get 1,000 credits for $6.99. We did it that way so that people who never want to create AI videos don't have to pay for it. People who do want to, because they have a particular need, then of course they can get a lot of credits for a very inexpensive price. That keeps the cost down for everybody else who are not using those particular tools. And then on the apps that you're going to make money, everybody who joins, you get this affiliate link. You get 50% of anybody you share it with, friends, family, coworkers. You automatically get 50%. You don't have to do any coding or anything. It's all built in, but they get the power of the platform. If you want to white label everything and make it your own, change the colors of the logos, change the name of the organization, you can go ahead and join. You click unlock. It's $27 a month, $46.95. You now have your own AI agency that you can rebrand, use, and make money off of. Once you start using it that way, you can get into all of the custom AI app builders. So precision image building is one of the ones that you get access to. Creating a consistent character, it can be a product or it can be a person. You can build out these apps. For example, if I go back to my demo, it should give me. Yeah. So here's me. I've never been to Dubai, for example, but there I am, right? And so you can put yourself in any kind of a scene. if it's a model or if it's a brand and you're exposing yours. I've never stood in front of an active volcano. That doesn't sound very smart. But the point is, you can put yourself in any scene, and then you have the ability to build a chat bot that you can put on any website. You can build your own chat bots. You can create your own personalities, like the experts that I have, or this AI sales coach. You can set up your training sessions like the Lunch and Learn. You can add your own LMS. So if you have videos, you can create your own business around that. And by the way, you can set the pricing when you set up your white label for both the white label. How much does it cost for people to join your white label? How much does it cost per app? You can set up custom roles and charge different things. So there's just a ton of different ways to do that. Elton asks, what else other than videos require credits? Mostly it's the video stuff, but there are the new AI apps, and in the new AI apps, that advanced automation, those require different levels of AI tools. So for example, the deep research one, it tells you literally here, estimated cost of going to this particular search. Every app that requires credits will tell you ahead of time. You're never going to get caught by, surprise. It'll tell you. So, for example, Super Agents uses credits, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So, but there are a lot of things you could do in the platform that don't require a super agent, right? The whole point of an agent is convenience. So, if you're doing this, you're either making money from it, right? And you are like if you're a one-person entrepreneur and you have 100 things to do, you can automate tasks and have the agents perform those tasks. So if it costs you 1,000 credits, which most of them don't cost 1,000, then you're paying that agent $6.99 to do that task for you every Tuesday at 1 a.m. Send those 5 emails, do this, do that. So that you're paying for it, yes, but you know that it's manageable, you control it. And does it make sense? You're not going to do it if it doesn't make sense. So that's the purpose of the agent, is to automate a task, have it go do it, and that does use credits. And so any app that requires a credit will tell you that beforehand. People have been asking me about writing books. So we do have this challenge, 1-hour business book, where you can go out and join our 24-hour book building challenge. If you want to write a book in 24 hours, it's $97. So go ahead and click the link, sign up, and you can watch the videos and reach out to me if you have any specific questions about that, because that's something people have been asking me. I want to get my book done. Can AI help me do that? Absolutely. I wrote 11 of them, so I can tell you with confidence that it will definitely make your life easier if you're trying to write a book. All right, any other questions? Oh, thanks, Daryl. Pleasure. I appreciate that. And what else am I missing? Let's go back here. We have this last one we just did. Let's go to the video folder, grab that download, and drop it here. As I said, I would go in and edit those images to reflect your target audience and your happy customers. And so you might want to drop yourself in there, your company, whoever running the company, or one of your popular employees, so again, show your world to that potential customer, and in your video and in your website, so that you have a more relatable kind of site to those people. And that's what you want to do. Any other questions before we jump off? Tomorrow it'll be 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central, and I'll be focusing on sales and marketing and kind of going from there. I really appreciate everybody who jumped on and everybody who participated in the fun. I like to do it that way because then everybody is involved. And then Thursday, 3 p.m. is the entrepreneurs getting together and kind of all working together on building out their different white label businesses. Everybody, I hope you had fun. I appreciate you jumping on. This was a great session. Everybody have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye-bye, everybody.